cool from
quickly,
laying in a bed.
is this microphone working, by the way? Ah, excellent. Tips for tips.
So you guys,
Shut up, Ben.
I don't know. Oh, I'm
Rob's older than me.
yeah. Thanks, Ben.
I'm so comfortable. I'm so comfortable. Just let me know. I'm looking at the stream right now. It looks frozen for me. Let me refresh it. Yes. How come you're above us? This is bullshit. How come you're above us? This is bullshit. Am I muted? What about now? Yeah, I was muted then. On the Twitter. Is that me?
You're gonna call this episode "Pillow Talk with Manny."
I go get.
Right, there's some foreign stuff happening in the chat. That's not allowed. Hey, Marika Quelo. Queye?
Marica, que lo que?
What the fuck does that mean?
It means, hey, gay. What's up?
Oh. Hi.
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm doing good.
Well,
So just a bunch of Jordans. Yeah, I sent a message on my Discord.
yes.
Yeah.
Best host ever.
Jesus,
At least it-
man.
At least it was before the show went on. Let's just get my sound levels sorted. Okay, time for a few second break.
Hello.
That sounds weird.
Hello and welcome to episode 13 of the Click Click Play podcast.
Yeah, boy.
It's Easter Sunday, and I'm your host.
Ooh.
Is that the Easter Bunny there? Biggest Bennis, and I'm joined, as always, by Mr. Jordan Rees.
Yes, boy. What's going on?
Have you had your fill of chocolate eggs? Have you licked out any
Right.
cream eggs?
Whoa. I've had 0 chocolate today.
What's wrong with you?
I think we just forgot it was Easter. I just totally didn't even realize it was Easter today. I've eaten Easter eggs like 2 weeks ago just because they were like 3 for £10 in Asda. But yeah, I didn't do the egg today, so sorry, Jesus.
Actual full-size Easter eggs.
Yeah, you know, like the not like the huge ones, but like the ones that are like £3 or something.
One's for poor people. Yeah, I remember going in. I think I went to Tesco's in about June, and I found cream eggs, and they were like 12 pence each or 15 pence, and just bought the entire shelf. I think it was
Chuck
with
'em up
Arnie
your
at the
arse.
time. Yeah, that's how I eat mine. And joining us back from his Brit bashing week last week, it's a bedridden Manny GPT.
Yo. What's up?
Manny, if you're wondering why Manny sounds a bit odd, is because he's lying in bed right now. Manny, you're in a hotel, and where
I'm
are
in
the
a hotel
hookers?
in the oh, they're in that closet right there. I don't know if you can see them, but the internet sucks. The internet sucks here, but whatever.
Yeah, well, we can hear you. That's all we need.
Cool.
We don't need to see you or anything. And also joining us because, well, I did message Arnie earlier saying, "Hey, Arnie, podcast," and he says, "Oh, sorry, I'm in a pub." Like, not, "Oh, sorry, I totally forgot," or, "Oh, yeah, I'm in a pub." Okay, so, well, we're joined by our other host, Robert.
The bench warmer. Woo!
Yeah, we can call him at a moment's notice, and Old Faithful will call him, shall we?
I sit and wait every weekend.
Waiting for that call.
Well, if he's Arnie's replacement, he's going to be on your fucking lot, isn't he?
Because hopefully next week we might be joined by Manny's brother. But that'll be
Oh yeah.
hopefully. Fingers crossed. Did he seem enthusiastic when you asked him, Manny?
Yeah, he was actually bummed out that he couldn't make it today. I almost didn't make it either. We rushed back from where we were eating, and then so I can get on. So
Oh, nice. Well,
I hope I don't sound like shit because I'm using a laptop that I've never used before. I'm using a headset that I've never used before, and
your headset sounds a bit better, actually.
I hate you. Shut up.
It sounded like you're the one like kind of robotizes your voice.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds a bit like. If you ever listen back to the podcast, have a listen and see. It sounds.
I'm never gonna listen to
Oh, I don't.
How was the show last week?
them. It was amazing.
Yeah.
was
Oh yeah,
the-
you guys weren't there.
We
Yeah,
had
you
a
guys
little
are back
history
from the
lesson at
left.
the beginning,
You
didn't we,
guys-
Manny?
You guys are back from the dead, just like Jesus.
Oh yeah. Was
You
it
guys are
Sunday he
back from
died?
the dead. I don't know, but you guys are back.
We are back, and we can see your forehead at the moment.
I know it's.
Manny is naked from the waist down.
Yeah, so I'm only showing my forehead right now.
Don Beagles just says, "Bloody hell, Ben." I don't know what he's saying. Maybe he's just amazed at my awesomeness.
It's probably when you asked if I'd licked out a cream egg recently.
All right. Oh yeah, I don't know why that would disturb anyone. Have you clocked that yet? I was saying I'm waiting to see what the woman looks like that walks through the door. Oh yeah.
Yeah, these nuts.
It's a man. Okay. So, well, how's our week been, Jordan? It's been 2 weeks since we've, graced the airwaves.
Mm.
So, what have you been doing? Not
Well, I
playing,
want
but doing.
to know want to know first of all what happened in last week's show because I haven't heard it myself, but I've heard rumblings that there was some Brit bashing for one.
Well, they had a little history lesson at the beginning, Jordan.
I know what you're talking about.
Americans haven't got any history.
Well, of course, it was about Britain.
Yeah, that is American history. Yeah, Britain. Yeah, job done. Thread.
And then we beat you guys.
You beat yourselves.
They'll be beating themselves very soon with with what they're doing over. Anyway, we're not allowed to talk politics. I loved
Straight into the North Korea.
I loved Manny's brother last. I'm gonna call him Andre because that's his name. But I loved last week. He's tried to bring up the Syrian conflict a couple of times. Manny was like, "No, shut down." We've got some interesting weeks ahead. All right. So, John, did you watch WrestleMania?
Of course, I fucking did.
Did you cry?
When Triple H lost, yeah.
I can't remember that bit.
I thought the Undertaker was the one that lost.
There's more than one match, Manny. It was like
Yeah.
6 hours long.
It's WrestleMania, man.
Oh, I was thinking, I watched it live because I didn't have work until quite late the next day. So I thought, well, 3 hours like a normal pay-per-view, 4 hours are like for the big four. So it's going to be 4 hours. And it was like nearly 5.5 hours. I was absolutely knackered by the time.
Why would you watch that live, Ben?
Because I can.
As
'Cause
a
I don't work
non-wrestling
till-
fan,
Yeah.
it's not a
It's the
thing
only-
you should do.
It's the only thing I watch in a year. I watch WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble. And that's about it. About you, Manny, are you a wrestling fan? Or only when it's...
No,
Jelly.
No, I really wish I was though. I really wish I grew up like I never really watched wrestling growing up, but you know, every now and then I see everybody going crazy about it. I'm like, damn man, I wish I would have started watching it earlier. I feel like I'm
Who's-
too old for it now.
Who's your favorite
Yeah.
wrestler?
Randy Orton because he kicks people in the face.
I like Randy Orton. He was my favourite. In fact, my very
He's
first...
got sick ass tattoos.
Yeah, actually. I was watching, you know, you go into the dark part of the web on when you click on WWE Network, and then you just end up watching
yeah.
loads and loads of old shows. I was watching something for a Raw from 1998 or something today. It was
Now and
great.
again, I'll just watch like a WCW pay-per-view from 1993 or something like that.
Oh, it's not nostalgia. It was way better back then. I was just looking back at it. It's like, oh, it had such interesting storylines, and there was lots of blood and titties. You'd love that. These nuts says
bloody tits.
These nuts love Stone Cold and The Rock. Yes, that was it. What about you, Rob? Are you a wrestling fan?
No, I get my little tidbits through Jordan mostly. Every time I go over there, he'll show me something that he thinks is amazing, and then
You're like, oh yeah.
I just smile and nod.
Yeah, no,
Time to play the game!
I used to watch every show when I was a kid, but it's like garbage now anyway. I only watch it like the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania because they always like hint back to previous eras when I used to watch. But like even nowadays, that last Royal Rumble was terrible. Okay, so Rob Butt, what have you been doing the last 4 weeks apart from just sitting waiting for a call from Jordan?
I built a utility room.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Nice. What's that?
what? Yeah, can't tell us.
Nothing. Well, a broken washing machine. My mother said she had a spare washing machine that I could have, and me and my brother struggled to get it into the house. Plugged it all in, plumbed it all in, and turned it on, and nothing happened. So now I've got to get rid of it. I've got this piece of junk in my new room.
Your life sounds so interesting.
I know.
Anything exciting happened?
No, I went to Brighton yesterday for the first time.
Oh,
Yeah, what were you doing in Brighton?
Gay pride.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I just went to see a mate before they go move on to Australia for the rest of their lives and we never see them again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
Do you come to my goodbye, Jordan?
Probably not.
No. Because it's great leaving the UK, knowing that you're never ever going to move back. It's like, it's the best feeling ever.
Maybe don't say never right now.
Yeah, I'll be called back very soon.
Yeah.
Military
For the
service
draft.
as well. Yeah.
When we have to take out Scotland, we'll need you, Ben.
Need the tall
What's
ones.
going on? What's going on over there?
Hey, yeah, not much at all. I think, to be honest, if there's a war that's going to happen, it'll
The
be the
nuke.
US that'll be nuked from North Korea. Europe's kind of out of the way. It's a bit too far.
Just trying to launch missiles, man, but they blow up before they fucking launch. So
Yeah.
who cares?
Oh yeah, they're gonna end up blowing themselves up, aren't they? One day they're gonna set off a nuclear.
That would be the ideal, really, wouldn't it? At this point,
Yeah.
if they could just blow themselves up, that'd be really good for me.
Two
You know,
buttons.
though, with that, it's going to be the most successful unsuccessful missile launch ever in the world.
He's gonna get the button and like one button will say launch a rocket and the other one's blow up nuke, and he'll press the wrong one, and like half of Pyongyang will just disintegrate. Anyway, on that happy note, Manny,
And a lot of people will die.
how's World of Warcraft con going? Is that where you're at or something?
World of Warcraft is doing fucking awesome, man. There's a lot of war and there's a lot of crafting.
Oh, two of my favorite
Pretty
things.
good, man.
Seems like a lot more is going on in World of Warcraft than Star Citizen, though.
Hey, shut your mouth, man, dude. I'm out here in Orlando right now. I came out for a Star Citizen like big meetup, man. And I've been having a lot of fun. It was yesterday. We fucking, dude. It was so much fun. Like, you know, putting faces to the names of the people I have in chat and everything like that. It was amazing, man.
Who
I
did you say you
wouldn't-
wish? Do you wanna do any shout outs?
Dude, yeah, shout out to Space Herpy, to Porter, to Joron, all these guys who were out there. You know, if I freaking Porter's wife, aka the best wife ever. It was their anniversary, their 5-year anniversary, and they spent it at the Bar Citizen. Oh, it was so much fun, man. Had a lot of
Aw.
fun.
And you said you're not hungover.
No, actually, I wasn't. My buddy Nick was. He was trashed. Bro. I fucking got drunk. But no, I was pretty good, man. Just my feet hurt the entire time. I wanted to go home and go to sleep.
So what was there apart from obviously the news, which we'll cover a bit later? What things are you doing? Was there a Star Citizen pub quiz? I can imagine. And
No, it's just a bunch of people, just you know, who all like the same thing, going out for drinks and have food.
was that because the Star Citizen news, like the big news came out? Was that just coincidence, or was it linked to this?
No. It was well, a lot of people have been complaining that we haven't seen anything like that, and I think personally, I think they were just like, all right, fuck it, man, let's just make something and show it to them, and they gave us the when 3.0 is supposed to come out, so I mean, I think it's because we were fucking yelling for it, so. But no, I don't think it was a coincidence or anything like that. It was just, you know, just happened to be on the same day that the event was.
Yeah, in fact, let's go straight into that. So, 3.0 is due out June the 29th, something?
Yeah, on June the 29th, 3.0 apparently going to drop. I didn't look at the stats that much, man. I went out here just like I didn't see what was coming out. From what I know, it's going to be a few moons that we're going to land on, like trading and like cargo and stuff like that, but you know.
Just having it like there to, even if it's just one, to kind of practice and get used to will be cool.
Mhm.
I might
Yeah,
even load it
I
up
can-
again.
You might even.
I think
Dude,
I haven't
You're not
uninstalled
the
it.
only one. Everybody else will.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. See what it's like. I do follow the subreddit of Star Citizen. I'm guessing you do as well. And some of the, I saw there was a
Reddit?
thread that Reddit. It's where all the cool guys go.
Yeah.
Fewer reactionary bigots than like Facebook comments and stuff. But no, I looked on there and like one of the top rated posts was someone going, can we give a round of applause to the devs for being so open and how amazing they are? And I was like, oh god, these guys, they are the biggest losers. But then a lot of the comments were like, well, yeah, this
Hey,
is
man,
what
tell
guys
me how
should
you
be
really
like.
feel, bro.
I want to find it because it was really embarrassing, I thought. Citizen? No, Citizen. So what are you looking forward to while I find this?
What am I looking for in Star Citizen? Dude, just to be
three.
able to like go, just to be able to go land on a planet and like just move some cargo around and then fuck up people who are trying to move cargo. I just can't wait to do that. Like the org that I'm in, like the organization, it's like we're a bunch of mercenaries and that's how we're gonna make our money, man. Fucking, if you're moving cargo from one place to one place and we fucking know that you're doing it, we're gonna want it. We're gonna want to do stuff the easy way, which is just taking your shit out and fucking just taking it. So I can't wait for that. It's one thing I'm really excited for.
I found the comment. How about a big thank you thread to CIG for being an awesome open development company and sharing their internal schedules with us? Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a little bit now.
Yeah, I suppose that's better than many companies, to be honest. And
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, I
yeah.
nearly forgot. Manny, how much have you spent on Star Citizen?
$5. Goodbye.
What was it like
I don't
last?
know, man.
If anybody
I
that
don't- I
listens to
don't
the
know.
last,
I
to the
think it was
street,
like 1100 or something like that. But you have to remember, man. I've had so
1,000,
many. I've had so
100.
many giveaways and stuff like that where I'd give away stuff like gift
Oh, that's
cards
fine
and
then.
things like that. So
Whoa.
it's like not that much on ships for me personally, but I have spent it like to grow my channel and stuff like that.
Turns out the
Paying
amount
for
of like
follows.
good PR that game gets because of your channel. When you did giveaways and stuff, I expected that the devs had given you like some stuff to give away.
Oh no, I don't think. I think You know what? I honestly think I fly under their radar. I think I'm a little bit too crass. I like to curse a lot and I like to fucking bash on shit. So I fly right under their radar. They don't. I don't know. You know, I'm not.
I actually found your channel because I was interested in Star Citizen. I just ordered my my gaming PC, I think, or I was about to, and I was like, Star Citizen sounds cool. I'm gonna look for some channels, and the rest is history.
Yeah, no.
And there you
became
are.
Best friends.
All right, so games. Jordan, what have you been playing? It's been 2 weeks. You must have been playing loads with yourself.
Video games.
Wait, can we have the intro, please?
Yeah, sure. The video games.
Wonderful.
So what video games have I been playing? So Persona 5. Have we talked about Persona yet? Was Persona out when we last recorded?
No, it was WrestleMania the last time we recorded.
We talked about it. We talked about it last week, but you guys weren't here.
But yeah, but you neither of you had played it.
Yeah, we talked about the streaming.
Oh, that's
The streaming,
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck that. I'm not a big fan of Atlas, let's say.
So let's talk about Persona 5 then, Ben, because I think we both like that game, yeah?
Yeah. It's a very... It took me a while to get used to it. I liked it, but oh my god, like the first few hours, it's just X, press X, press X, press X, press X, press X.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to
I'm
go
like
go to your bed? Like, press X. Okay.
I'm like 15 hours in and it still kind of feels like that, but
Yeah. You're kind of
I
used
think-
to it, aren't you? It's a different type of game.
yeah, it has there's a bit of a pattern to it. So you'll have a couple of hours of just story where you're constantly pressing X, and then maybe an hour or two of just free time where you're exploring the city and doing different activities and building your stats. And then you'll do a good few hours of actual dungeon crawling and some really nice tight JRPG combat. So I'm coming off the back of playing the fourth one. This is the first one that you've played.
Yeah.
But you seem to really like it, which is good. What is it you like about it?
I just like that I can sit back and chill with it, mainly because I played that first dungeon. I didn't realize the dungeon was going to be so long, so I thought I'll try and do it quite quickly.
Did you do the dungeon like in one go, or were you coming out of it and back in?
I came out twice, but I think it asked it because I was because I wasn't able to summon any personas because my it's like MP type stuff hadn't needed to regenerate and I didn't have any.
SP, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's kind of your mileage, really, isn't it? Because as soon as that goes down, so I've bought I just spent all the money that I earned through one dungeon just buying an item that will actually restore a bit of that if I need it in a clinch, because it seems like that's going to be really important. Have you got to the point yet where it kind of opens up a bit of a more open-ended dungeon that isn't part of the story necessarily?
I've just started that. That's quite creepy in there. I mean, I'm gonna end up finishing this game quite easily, mainly for the fact that when I was doing that dungeon, I thought, okay, I ended up going to bed at 5 a.m. But I thought, okay, I'll stick it down to easy so I can blast through it. And now I can't change the difficulty because I went to safety instead of easy. So it's like the easiest thing ever at the moment. But
so you're just getting a narrative experience at the moment.
which I'm quite happy with because I've got some other games that.
Yeah, fuck it. It's a long game, so unless you really want to get into that, that kind of that combat and fusing personas and stuff like that.
There's so many games that I want to finish. Especially I found out that my holidays this year are not 7 weeks; they're only 4 weeks, so I have less time to finish some games. But that's gonna be one that I want to finish. But I've moved my PS4 to the living room. It's a great game to just sit back on the sofa and play for a few hours and. I'm really invested in the characters. I think it's really well written, and I really do like all of the characters.
So I've been playing it quite a bit on the Vita, which has been good because my Vita's been gathering dust, especially since the Switch came out. And it's just been a good excuse to pick that up again.
Yeah.
And playing it via remote play, and it really works. The only downside you ever have with remote play on Vita is one, the accuracy of the sticks, which this game doesn't need, but two, the fact that it's only got 2 shoulder buttons really. But the shoulder buttons are rarely used, or they're not used for any great purpose in this game, so it actually translates over to the Vita hardware really well. So I tend to, if I'm watching a film with the missus or something like that, I'll play it.
Yeah, I know that's pretty good. I told you I went to the coast and I thought I'll take my Switch, and then I found that Persona 4 was £3 or something on the PlayStation Store, which is amazing because it's been like 35 for so long.
Yeah, they held the price there for years. I paid like probably 30 quid, if not more, for that game, and that it just never seemed to come down, and it was always the top seller on the store. To then see that at such a low price just seems incredible, and knowing that there's like, you know, a good 100 hours of content there.
Yeah, I bought it. I didn't play it actually. I didn't play any games. I was with people and I couldn't justify being on any video games at any point really, because I just look a bit sad.
Do you think you'll play the 4th one?
No, I don't think I will.
I think it'll be difficult.
I'll be honest.
Because unless you were unless you came off the back of this new one and absolutely loved it and wanted some more. But the 5th one is basically the 4th one with obviously a new set of characters, new story, but then everything from a presentational level, and that's something we should probably talk about this game. The presentational level of this game is completely off the chart, I think.
Yeah.
And to consider that it was originally a PS3 game, I just think the game looks absolutely stunning.
I love the fact that the cutscenes are kind of anime.
The anime cutscenes, just the way that the way that combat breaks out back into the normal kind of exploratory gameplay with that kind of that's the scene of the guy kind of running around and he's counting up your points and what you've scored, and it's all there's no loading screen really or anything like that. It's all kind of mashed and feels really nice.
Yeah, the bit at the end when you get your experience points, but he's kind of running at the same time. Love that.
Yeah,
really cool.
Really, music really good. I'm finding as well.
Yeah, I get a bit unnerved in the open dungeon. I think the music's a bit too creepy in there for me.
Okay, but yeah, it's a really good game, and it's one of the news story we can probably scratch it off the list. Really, it's been #1 in the UK.
Yeah,
for the time that it's been out in the charts, which is really good to see.
It's good for Japanese. Well, Japanese games are killing it this year.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last time, didn't we? You know, they're having a bit of a renaissance, but to see it at the top of the UK charts, I think that's probably part and parcel with the fact that there hasn't been too much else out on the consoles at the moment. I'm guessing,
I feel like everything that's come out has been from fucking Japan.
You're very quiet, Manny. Can you put your hello?
Am I really quiet?
Yeah, that's better.
I feel like I was saying, I feel like everything that's come out so far has been from Japan. Like
I think the only one is Gorilla Japan. No, that's American.
No, except Horizon.
Yeah,
it's like the only one.
And Mass Effect as well, but obviously that was shit.
We're talking about good games, John.
We're talking.
Oh, you can talk.
I didn't mind it too much, but oh my god, did I say on the last podcast I was listening to the Giant Bomb guys, and you'd think the game was like a 1 out of 10. It was just they wouldn't stop hitting it.
But they're coming from the same approach that I am, where they love the original trilogy. So it's very hard then to.
They're not comparing it to other games; they're just comparing it to previous ones in the series.
Which I think is a sensible approach. Talking of Japanese games, another game that I've been playing recently is a Bayonetta on PC, which has come to PC now.
It came out finally.
Yeah. Pretty cheap as well. It was like 15 quid.
Yeah. What's it like? I've never played it. It's probably a game that I should buy or should play. Depends if we've got free time in the summer.
It's really good. It's so you've played like Devil May Cry or something like that, yeah? I think we talked about that before.
No, I'd never. No.
Maybe
a demo.
Close. Yeah, but you know that kind of.
I was a
game
poor
where,
kid, I couldn't afford lots of games.
Or Easter eggs, but again, talking about presentational values in Japanese games, this is another one because it's hilarious and it's just got so much style to it. And the game is just having fun constantly. Plays, this leggy brunette who, when she does her best moves, her clothes come off. You can only get away with it in Japan, really. There's just constant in the cutscenes where she's rolling around and killing things. There's just constant kind of shots of her the nether regions and stuff like that. But it never really feels gratuitous. It feels tongue in cheek, and she's aware of her sexuality.
No, you're aware of her sexuality, Jordan.
I'm very aware of her sexuality, but
We've
and
lost
then the
Manny.
combat feels the combat feels really tight as well. So yeah, I'm looking. I've only played the first like mission of it, but straight away I really enjoyed it. Did you play like Metal Gear Rising?
No, I haven't actually. Quite a few games I've not played, I suppose.
Well, just you've played Nier recently, so it's similar to that in terms of the combat style. It just hasn't got the open world stuff going on.
I quite like Nier.
It's kind of what I thought Nier was going to be.
Yeah.
In terms of genre, you know.
I want to get back to Nier. Everyone, loads of people are now. It's been out a month. Loads of people are coming out saying, "Oh, it's game of the year. It's going to be one of the best games." And I will try and finish it just to see what it's like. But it's all right.
You need to finish it at least 5 times. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I heard that, and I was like,
It's really, really good.
Yeah, have you finished it?
I'm on my 3rd playthrough at the moment.
Is it like? Does it change?
Yeah,
enough?
yeah. So the first 2 you're playing more or less the same storyline, and then it pivots, and yeah, but you're playing it from different perspectives when you do replay it the second time.
Okay. Oh, that might be interesting to see then. Okay,
It's really
Manny has dropped out for just the moment. Hopefully he'll come back.
Room service. And then the last thing that I've had a little crack at was a game called Tyranny. Have you seen this one at all?
No, I haven't. I saw you put it on the
kind
list,
of-
but I've not heard of it.
So very much in the vein of the old top-down RPGs, a la Baldur's Gate or Fallout, and there's been quite a few new ones that have been that have been made recently based on like Kickstarters and things like that. So I don't know whether this was kind of kickstarted or anything, but it seems to be it's come on the back of a long line of recent games of that kind of nature. The interesting thing about this one is that you don't just play this like generic hero that's trying to save the world. The character that you play is in a world where the bad guys have already won. So my sense is that you're not necessarily going to have to be a good guy in it, which I always really appreciate in the game. So I put a couple of hours into that. Seems really good. Those games are kind of quite similar to each other, I think, in terms of gameplay style. But I like the little spin on this in terms of it being this evil world. Essentially, the 2 factions that you choose now don't both seem pretty bad. That everyone's a villain, everyone's a murderer. So yeah, I'll update you a bit more on that when I get a bit more through it. And that's it for me. All
right, Rob. It's been a few weeks. What have you been playing apart from Neo? Is that just the game of your choice?
Pretty much Nier. No, I tried Drawn to Death.
Oh,
I tried that.
Is that on PlayStation Plus at the moment?
It is, yeah. It's a free game that's on PS Plus at the moment.
Go on, tell us what you think of it then, because I've heard some people's opinion.
So if you don't know, it's like an arena shooter, either 4v4 deathmatch or 2v2, 1v1. I don't know, 1v4.
Is it like
deathmatch
Overwatch?
And then 2v2. No, not at all.
Oh.
It's leaning heavily on kind of Gears of War style, slow, methodical movements, I guess. It's got a nice style to it. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's supposed to be kind of like a kid's notebook from school. And like I said, the style's nice, but it's also one of the massive problems with it, considering it's supposed to be an arena shooter where you're head-to-head with opponents. It becomes a bit muddy very quickly because nothing's clear on screen. And the worst part about it is the fucking announcer.
Yeah, I heard he makes some. Like, he tries to be really cool with a fellow kids.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people comparing it to Duke Nukem 3D and like the humor in that, but it's just every line is a dick joke, or one of the things is a 10-minute monologue on how he wants to sell things on the PlayStation Store to you. It's not funny.
It's too much.
It's too spicy.
Yeah.
Do
you think you would have liked it?
Do
you think you'd have liked it as a kid? Or would you still thought it was a bit stupid?
I think if you were the parent that found the notebook that this is based on, you'd probably want to spend some time with your child talking to it, or maybe see somebody, because it's just it's not very good. I can't see many people playing it for very long. I mean, I played it for about 3 hours, and it was taking 4 or 5 minutes to connect to a match, and that was 3 days after it came out.
And it's now
So-
it's free to download on PS Plus.
It is, yeah. Otherwise, it's 20 quid if you haven't got PS Plus.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's
I
gonna
played
bomb.
like one match, and I think it's hyper stylized.
Yeah.
The menus hurt me
Mhm.
to
Yes.
look at. I hate kind of hardcore punk music anyway, so that aesthetic was never going to go down well with me. I thought when I actually got into it, I didn't have any connection problems, to be fair, with the one game that I played. I was pretty quickly into it. I thought the combat felt fairly solid. I managed to get a few kills in. It was okay, but yeah, I just didn't want to spend any more time than I needed to in that world. That it's just so white. It's just
Yeah.
white. The main color is white, and
Thought you
everything
wouldn't
else is
complain
kind of
about that,
scribbled
Jordan.
on. Oh, come on now.
The one
Please
joke I
step
did
back.
like in it. Did you play through the tutorial, or did you just jump straight into it?
I just jumped straight in.
So there's one bit that made me laugh anyway. In the tutorial, you're getting down the basic controls or whatever, and then it comes to reloading, and it says, right, you need to speak into your mic, into your PlayStation pad, and shout reload. So I'm there screaming reload, and they're thinking I really don't want to do this, and then it's like, you knob, you don't actually have to do this. You've just been shouting at your TV.
That's pretty
So
cool.
that was probably the only laugh I heard.
I like how the IT crowd. Hello, computer.
I get the sense that game. Well, I think the fact that they released it as a PS Plus title, whereas with something like Rocket League, it was a good idea. With this, I think it was probably out of desperation. I think they knew that they probably weren't going to sell many copies of this one. So yeah, I think hopefully that's the last time we need to talk about that game.
Is it online only?
Yes.
If there's any.
I think you can play bot matches, but
yeah.
well,
So it sounds
well,
like unless it's a game with loads of unless it's a game with loads of like guaranteed support, like Overwatch was, games that are like pretty much online only, you're gonna have to put on PlayStation Plus, which is kind of a good idea. It's quite cool nowadays having a few games on there that people might want to play. But yeah, like that game sounds like it would just tank immediately if it, had a really low, low player base, especially with the reviews it's getting.
it's just too noisy. It's like being in a public match in Counter-Strike with the worst 14-year-olds, and that's just the announcer of the game.
Ugh. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't play Call of Duty online. And many other games online. In fact, I turn off voice chat as soon as I play an online game. Manny's disappeared. His internet's out. So hopefully he'll join us a bit later. But is that anything else, Rob? Have you been playing anything?
No, nothing.
I've been playing
No,
loads of games. We mentioned Persona 5, which I played quite a bit. I haven't played for a while. It's a game that I like to put 4 or 5 hours in at one point, at one time, rather than just 1 or 2, because then you'd kind of forget who's who and what's going on and that. And it's pretty addictive. The story is really good. But I've been doing a few like racing games. So on the Humble Bundle, you can get the monthly Dirt Rally and Inside are the immediate games that you can get if you subscribe. So I've been playing a bit of Dirt Rally. I'm gonna get and play Inside this summer, but I want to finish. What's the name of the one before it?
Limbo.
Limbo. Yeah, I know it's not technically a prequel or a sequel, but I'd quite like to finish Limbo before going on to Inside.
Is Dirt the one with VR support?
It is on the PS4, yeah, but I have got it on the PS4, but I thought I'll try a bit on the PC, play it. It looks stunning. It's still absolutely stunning. And the Dirt 4 is coming out in June. I think it's like the same day as the Star Citizen 3.0. Can't say there's many people overlapping on those. Apart from me, I think I like be the only one, but I'll be definitely getting that. I love it. It's a really, really good game. It just feels amazing. And I was really in the mood to play some more racing games, so I went and bought Forza Horizon 3, fuck the Microsoft Store, and Formula 1 2016, which Formula 1 2016, I mean, it's great. It's exactly the same as what it is on the PS4. It doesn't look any better or any worse. Online lobbies, surprisingly full. I was playing it earlier, had about 20 people in, or 17 or 18 people per race, which was really good. You get the old knobs that smash into you, but most of them are actually playing quite normally. But Forza Horizon 3, such a good game. Have you ever played a Forza Horizon, Jordan?
I've got the latest one. I bought it when I got my new graphics card just to give it just to feed it something really to try and see if it could do the 4K stuff. And yeah, it's really pretty. It looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. I just love the fact. Have you got an Xbox? Yeah, you've got the Xbox One controller, haven't you, for the PC? Is it the Elite one? I love the fact it's got vibrations in the triggers. I was not expecting that. That's the only game I've ever played that's had that. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. It's you can really feel the bite when you race it, but it's a fun game. It's an arcadey racer. It reminds me of Grid 2, and to me, Grid 2 is my favorite racing game I've ever played, and I've played quite a few. But Grid 2 is like the best. Before Horizon 3, I haven't really dabbled much in the online. One person, it's really good for streaming, by the way. If you're streaming Forza Horizon 3, you're guaranteed loads of people popping in and seeing what's up. But a lot of them want to play you online. And I'd only just started it, so some guy challenged me. I was like, yeah, that's great. And he practically stopped about 3 times around the track for me to catch up. So it was a bit embarrassing. But I'll try and unlock and get as far as possible with that before going back into the online. I would quite like to play an online match with quite a few other people. Because like in Grid 2, that used to be Grid 2, that used to be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's Forza Horizon. That'll put me over until Dirt 4. People are saying that there was quite a lot of problems with frame rate and screen tearing with Forza, but I think they've solved that because I haven't noticed one bit. Now I'm on a 1070, so fingers crossed it's all right. And also, John, I got Dark Souls 3. Glorious Dark Souls 3.
Oh boy, have you played it yet?
I rage quit after 15 minutes.
Oh, bad!
That's the only way to play it.
Yeah, I played the first boss. I got really close. I got his health down to about 15% at the beginning, and then he killed me. And I was like, "Fuck this!" And then I played again, and I didn't even get him down to half time. So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna chill," because I was not used to the controls. But I did notice the attack controls are identical to Horizon Zero Dawn. Like you've got R1 for like a quick strike and R2 for like a heavy strike. But I kept pressing on the Xbox controller it's X, which is square on the PlayStation, so I kept pressing that all the time thinking it was the attack because it's the same like that on Neo. But I'll wait until I finish Neo before, because I will go back to it definitely, but I think I could have easily beaten him the first time. Well, not easily, but I could have beaten him the first time if I had quite a lot of patience that first time, so I wasn't doing too badly, but I just kept pressing the wrong buttons all the time, so I need to really get used to it. But I am going to go back to Neo for my Dark Souls-ish type of game first, and then go into DS3.
Yeah. So are you rolling?
I beg your
Are
pardon.
you sort of roll?
Yeah, I know how to roll, although I think that's another button I was pressing wrong all the time.
Yeah, but I think I've said this before, but it's really important.
Yeah.
So the difference between Neo and Dark Souls, in Dark Souls, when you roll, you get invincibility frames. So when that big knight thing is like about to hit you with a sword, just roll in any direction as long as you're rolling when that comes down, and you'll obviously get a sense of the timing.
Yeah.
It's not every frame of the roll, but that's essentially you're invincible then, and that makes all the difference.
I think I think maybe it might take me 5 tries, might take me 10 tries, but I think it's not something that's.
I'm having trouble understanding right now.
Why do we always act
Please
like
try
Alexa
again.
when I wasn't even talking, so they shouldn't be able to hear anything.
Alexa, order tiny condoms. No, she didn't hear.
I've got a subscription for those.
Yeah.
Dash button.
Yeah, it's one of those little Amazon click things. She's but yeah, I will go back to it definitely. It's a good.
How did it look on your PC?
Oh, it's a looker.
It's a good-looking game,
It does
isn't
look
it?
really good. I've just like the PC games I've been playing. Yeah, with for Forza Horizon, bit F1, Dirt Rally. I've been playing some really good-looking games. So going to Dark Souls 3, it's like another stunning game. It's not as mind-blowing as it could do. But apart from that, that's it really. I've not really been playing anything else. Maybe a bit of I bought PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Yeah, I've bought that as well, and I've played like 2 games of it.
What's your kill ratio? What's your average kill?
I've never killed anybody.
Okay, good. I've heard a few people say that, so I'm not going to feel too bad when I play. But I think it'll be a good game to stream. I'm quite tempted to stream it tonight. But
It's interesting. It feels like DayZ, but you can cut out like the 3 hours in between encounters with people.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I've got H1Z1 as well, but I've never played that. They're two games that. I mean, is it really tense and nervous, or didn't you get that far?
It can be, yeah, and I think that's why I would compare it to DayZ, because it doesn't, because you've got such a wide open map area. You can sometimes feel very isolated, and then when somebody does pop up for the first time in, I don't know how long those games last, but you could be, the first time in 20 minutes you actually see somebody. Yeah, it can be quite nerve-wracking, and it doesn't do the whole, you haven't got like a mini map which is showing where enemies are coming from, or like indicators above the head or anything like that. You have to kind of organically see them on the landscape. So yeah, I think it's good.
Sounds like some causes fire alarms going off. I'm gonna we'll
on
play
my
that.
end, or
I don't know if it's on your end, but we've got. Oh, maybe after the podcast I'll stream. We're just talking about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That's another game that would be great to have Manny on to chat about. So maybe I will play quite a bit in the next week, and we'll talk about it on next week's show, because it's definitely something that he's quite invested in. Because the reason why it's stylized like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds in full caps is that it's a guy from H1Z1 who used to mod it a bit, which I didn't even know you could mod H1Z1. I thought like modding online games is a bit of a no-no.
Didn't he have something to do with DayZ as well, and the King of the Hill add-ons to that?
Oh, maybe it is that. Then maybe I'm getting it wrong. Maybe he did DayZ. Is DayZ, and I've never played it. Is it an online game, or is it?
It's an armor mod, basically. Yeah, it's all online.
Ah, okay. I don't. This is like my first foray into these type of games. I've never played one, and I'll probably get really angry. But
The quintessential walking simulator, they call it.
I love a good walking simulator.
DayZ's got more of a survival aspect to it, so you need to eat and
avoid zombies.
Yeah.
Naidemyose de moi says, actually, the main guy also did the Armor Battlegrounds mod. Ah, okay.
There you go.
That's the one.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it.
And it looks good. It looks a lot better than H1Z1. As entertaining and as fun as H1Z1 is to watch, anyway, I haven't played it yet. It looks too stressful for me. All right, and another game that I bought and haven't played yet, Outlast. Jordan, is your promise still standing?
As long as you keep up your end of the bargain, yeah.
What is it? £50 if I...
20, no, it's 20 euros.
Euros? Okay.
Euros, specifically, yes.
20 European Union euros.
And you need to stream all of it.
Okay.
And what else was there? You can't get any guides or anything like that.
Right. Okay, I can do this. I will do this one day. It will be one day. When's the Outlast 2 out? Is that the end of this month? Or is it later?
Give me 1 sec, because I've already got it in my list.
I just love the idea of it being some kind of religious cult. It sounds really
Did you play the
interesting in
demo?
the desert. No, I don't want to play any demo, because I always burn myself out on...
Terrifying.
April
Absolutely terrifying.
25th, apparently.
Of this month?
There you go, nice and close. Oh.
Is it like a $60 game, or is it...
No, it'll. Well, I don't know. I can't imagine it'll be that much. There's no price on Steam yet. I've got it on my wish list, but you can't actually buy it yet. So I don't know. But I would assume. I would say £29 would be the upper limit. I would say that you could charge for it.
Alright.
Maybe they'll come in with 25. I would say.
I'll have a look out for that one then. It looks. I just like the premise of it. Maybe horror games are my calling. Maybe I need to play them. It's just Resident Evil 7 in VR. It scared the shit out of me. Don says DayZ has taken 5 years away from me. Those guys take it really seriously who play that game, don't they? In Armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can lose hours and hours to it. Just even trying to find clothing, let alone a weapon.
Okay, yeah, Manny died, I'm afraid. Sorry, Zach. Hopefully he'll pop back. You never know. Depends on his interwebs. Alright, so that's all we've been playing. Before we move on to the news, because there's quite a lot of it, and also I'll mention it at the end, we're gonna have a competition. Jordan is going to give it $100 to the winner of this competition.
Incorrect.
No, but it's going to run for a couple of weeks, so by next week we will definitely have a prize. And
Maybe
it's
a game.
to come up, a video game. It might be one from my humble group, so it might be like Pac-Man 302 or whatever it's called. And I don't know, but it'll be a game or two, I'm sure. And so what you have to do is create a theme tune. Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune, and that we can put at the beginning of the show, because we're 13 episodes in and we still don't have a theme tune. Normally it'd be really easy for me to just quickly pop in like some kind of song from, I don't know, some soundtrack or something like that, but because
Dirty Dancing.
but because we have this on Twitch on demand and also YouTube, I can't use licensed music, which sucks. Because the last one we used,
Hungry eyes.
I could have you singing. I'm sure it won't recognize. Well, there's no chance of it recognizing the song from that, so should be. But yeah, so if you've got I don't know, GarageBand's apparently a good thing, but I don't have a Mac because I'm not a hipster. But anybody who is that has a one and wants to go and give us a little theme tune, feel free. Enter. Maybe we'll give a game. Every single good entry that we think is good will get a prize, but the one that we choose will get a bigger prize. I think that's fair.
Yes.
Okay. So send it to biggestbennis1@gmail.com. There you go. Send your entry. biggestbennis1@gmail.com. And it's time for the news. Jordan.
Bong. 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 Time for the news!
Lulling them into a false sense of security there and banging it in. Jordan. Rob.
Right.
What console have you got, Rob?
What console? PS4 Pro.
Oh.
3DS.
Yeah. Any Microsoft?
No, I've never bought an Xbox.
Well, are you interested in
Not
the
enough games.
No, that's true. Are you interested in the Scorpio?
It's not enough games.
No. Wow.
Scorpio!
John, will Scorpio be the console that switches you from the PS4 to an Xbox guy?
Don't know. Like, I think where they could get me is if a game such as Red Dead Redemption comes out and there's no PC version, and the only versions available to me are a PS4 Pro version and a Scorpio version, and clearly the Scorpio hardware is going to be well in excess of the PS4 Pro. And assuming that game therefore runs better, potentially I would in that instance. But other than that, I can't see. I think PS4's got such a lead at the moment, and so much good first-party stuff coming out, and we've still got things like The Last of Us to come. I'd be surprised. I think Microsoft need to match the amount of money that they're spending on this new hardware with also making sure they're releasing some really great first-party games. So we'll see, I guess. But I do like from reading the Eurogamer pieces, I do like how seriously they're taking the hardware. I think that there's definitely room for hardware to be improved and to feel a little bit more premium. I think as good as the PS4 has been and as much as it's sold really well, I still think that, I don't know, it could as a device, as a piece of tech, it could feel a lot better.
The controller,
Scorpio's
Xbox
gonna be
has the sexy controller.
Yeah, but even that, right? Like, I've got it, and it's probably the best controller I've ever had. But it's falling apart. The battery went on it. I had to buy a new battery. The grip on the right hand side, and admittedly, I play a lot of Rocket League, and it gets quite tense. But the grip is kind of coming off. It's as if the glue is coming down or something. And if you hear this, the left analog is loose, so it makes that noise when I do this. And that's like 120 quid or something when I first bought that. That's unacceptable.
I'm gonna shake
And-
mine. Do you want to hear this? Silent.
Yeah. What are you shaking? What have you got there?
This is just a normal Xbox One controller.
Yeah. And because I was I
for the
really like
PC.
the Elite controller, and I was just gonna buy a new one, but then when this grip thing started happening, I was like, well, that's probably just inherent to the device, and that's just gonna happen again to me. So I'm kind of just thinking I'll just get a normal Xbox controller, which is a shame because I've got a lot of time for the more premium hardware stuff. But there we go.
Zach's
Microsoft
asking
just can't
us.
make things properly.
Zach's asking us to shake it again. Go on, John, give it a shake. Oh. Oh, wash your hand. Put it in a sock
Get
next
off,
time, Jordan.
baby. Yeah.
Manny says, without Manny, this has turned into Click Click White. Have you seen Manny? That guy's not seen the sun, despite living in
What's this
Florida.
rumor? I keep hearing that Manny's not a white man.
They've just been racist because he's got a name like Manuel. Racism everywhere. Yeah,
Don't get it. I don't see color. I don't get it.
Yeah, Manny's just sent me an email. Apparently, it's called room service, and they said that the whole place is out with Wi-Fi, which I think he called room service and ordered himself something that'll. Well, maybe he will be back in time. She won't be that long. Okay, so that's
the Scorpio. Yeah.
Actually, looking at Scorpio got me really excited for. Like, I was thinking, oh great, it's amazing, backwards compatibility. I'll be able to play Red Dead Redemption, the original on it, and then I kind of one thing led to another, and I'm kind of looking now for a PS3 to buy because there's a few PS3 games I've got I'd quite like to play again, and they're really cheap. Like you can get one for €80 or so. So I might get one of those. But I hear the thing is, I hear that the Xbox One has that runs Red Dead Redemption really well. So part of me wants to get that, but then I think, if I get an Xbox, then I may as well wait for the Scorpio. And I'm probably going to end up buying a Scorpio, but I need to have at least one reason to buy one. I don't want to buy one and just go, great, I've got it. What am I going to play? Because there's going to be pretty much nothing that's just exclusive to the Scorpio.
That's the issue for me. If you think back to PS3, Xbox days, Xbox 360 days, rather than taking these weird half steps, and that sounds a bit hypocritical, owning a PS4 Pro, I guess, but Sony doubled down on games and kind of crawled back towards the end. And from what Microsoft are doing at the moment, they just seem to be focused on power. And I don't know, there's nothing there to kind of entice me in, I guess.
I need an excuse. That's what hopefully E3 they'll give us a nice couple of games that are exclusive that are not going to be released on PC, because that's another thing. I've got a really beefy PC. I want something that will only play on an Xbox for me to justify buying it, and then maybe I will.
It's a really weird one. I suppose there's more fundamental questions to be asked about what the console space looks like in years to come, and do we see a PlayStation 5? I personally think, yeah, we probably will. I think this puts Microsoft potentially in a bit of a weird spot because they're trying to talk about it like it's an iterative device, but considering the amount of power and the assumed cost, so I think it's going to be about £500 as far as I can tell.
But if it's £500, then it's going to be quite expensive in dollars. I think they'd like to have it as $500, so it'll probably be about
maybe £450 then. Yeah, okay. But regardless, it'll be very difficult for Microsoft after this to even start talking about any new console as in an actual successor to the Xbox One. Whereas by the time this is out, and then give it 18 months, Sony can pretty much start landing a PS5, which can outpace this one. So the two companies are going to be out of sync. And considering where Sony is right now in terms of their first-party power and their install base, I'd say that goes in their favor. But I don't know. Realistically, this generation was Microsoft to lose, and they lost it. And I think there's a pride element there, and they've also got a far savvier leadership team there now. Potentially, they can do it, but everything that we've said so far is nailed on the head. They need the games. They can't just talk about hardware. And so far, all they've shown for this thing is Horizon.
I wonder if they'll start doing stuff like them, because now they have games where it's like, all future games will be playable on the Xbox One, and Scorpio, it'll play everything, and exactly, etc. like that. That's starting to remind me of phones, whereas you don't always you get the latest one, but then you can miss a couple of iterations out, and you can still play games and stuff on it. But then phones have gone up to nearly €1,000. So are we going to see consoles all be like 700 or 800 euros, but it doesn't matter if you miss 1 or 2 generations because they're coming out like every year or two.
I'd be pretty happy with that.
Are they
Be
tying
pretty
themselves
comfortable.
into this Sony
Spot the
formula
rich
of
man.
everything will?
Sorry?
Are they tying themselves into this formula where like Sony have, where everything should work across, your old Xbox One and your Scorpio?
I hope so, and I hope Sony. I hope Sony do it as well. Because
There's no excuse not to at this point, considering you could the architecture between not just a Sony console to a Sony console, but the architecture between a Sony console and a Microsoft console at this point is near identical. So there's absolutely no excuse for games not to be backwards compatible.
Hey,
going
John,
forwards.
I've got something that you might be interested in. It's called PlayStation Now.
Okay.
Does that interest you?
I've used PlayStation Now in the past. Yeah.
How would you feel if I could let you play your old PS3 classics and some PS4 classics soon on a streaming service with a half-second delay every time you push a trigger?
I would be infuriated because I don't want a half-second delay when I push the trigger.
Yeah. It's PlayStation Now. It's like, stop trying to make PlayStation Now happen. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, the PlayStation Network is just held together with chewing gum, I think, and I even like I said, I've been playing Persona remote play, and 90% of the time it'll work absolutely fine, and then for some reason it'll just like the whole screen will just go weird, and I'll lose connection. I'm like, it's not even as if I'm not even using PSN really. I'm using my own Wi-Fi network, and still it doesn't seem to be able to kind of do what it needs to do 100% of the time.
I Bloody Moon says Microsoft should never have dropped Lionhead Studios. What were they making again?
They made Black and White.
Yeah.
Was it Fable as well?
I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
There's Lionhead that went under. And then they
got
like
rid of them, yeah.
Didn't them.
stuck them in the bin. Fable
I
1 was one of my first RPG type games that I love that game.
Fable
So
2
good.
is incredible. One
Yeah,
of
both of
my favorite games. I absolutely love Fable 2.
I even liked Fable 3, not as much.
So what was Man? I didn't listen to last week's show. So what was Manny's thoughts on the Scorpio? Was he happy?
They weren't really talking about. No, actually, I heard him. There was a lot of Xbox bashing in the podcast. I was quite surprised.
Oh, okay.
But it was just all specs. It was like, yeah, numbers. All these numbers, they don't really mean much. And for me, it was the same. It's like, hey, big reveal. Oh, great. Here are these. Here are the specs. And everyone, well, most people, I imagine, would like me just going, huh? Yeah. Well, what does this mean?
Yeah. Like I said, the exciting bit for me is whether there's going to be a premium piece of hardware. And there was, I guess it was a follow-up article that Eurogamer put out today where they actually talked about Microsoft walked them through the making of one of the machines, one of the actual domestic kits that they'll be selling, and the way they talked about it, it just seems like they're going all out in terms of the quality of the pieces of hardware that they're putting inside it and how it's all kind of linking in together. So for me, that sounds really exciting. But again, we need the games to be there. And ideally, I don't want to buy a console in the next 12 months if I can avoid it. I don't think we need that yet. So yeah, it's a weird one. Microsoft's going to be a little bit out of sync with the industry, I guess. But
Bloody Moon says Microsoft forced them to produce a multiplayer game that nobody in the company wanted to make, and then Microsoft didn't like the progress and canned them. Was that the Fable?
Legends, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't.
That
Didn't
was
sound
awful.
appealing. Yeah, it didn't sound.
When they showed a trailer for that, it was just like, oh god, you've sacked the soul out of this franchise completely. Just kill it now. Yeah, unfortunate. Those are the Microsoft. Microsoft is lowest, I would say.
Speaking of like squeezing a franchise to death, is the new, or isn't? You said that Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 is getting some kind of mix.
Yeah, they're out now, so I've
Yeah?
got those. Yeah. So
Have you
we've
played
got,
any?
Not yet. So they're installed on my PlayStation. I want to get through Persona first, but I've got it's Kingdom Hearts. They got obnoxious names, but
Yeah.
so it's Kingdom Hearts 1.5. There's one game that has basically the first game and the second game on it, and then some other bits and pieces. So some like movies. Apparently, there's 2 movies on there, like feature-length films,
Great.
and a few other like kind of ports of like, I don't know, DS games or something like that. And then I've also got a collection which is Kingdom Hearts 2.8, which is a prequel to the
3.
third game in the same engine as the third game, and again loads of like the extra games that were released on other platforms on there as well. So as it stands at the moment, I pretty much got, outside of I think an Android. I've been trying to work this out. I've been on the wiki. I think outside of an Android game, which I can obviously download on my phone, I've pretty much got the entire collection now on my PS4. So I'm gonna go for it.
Well, I'll see you in a few months then.
Yeah.
Sounds like
yeah.
there are a few. Okay.
I've got really like soft spot in my heart for Disney games. When I was growing up, Disney were amazing when I was a kid for games. There's a Master System game called Mickey Mouse Land of Illusion that I really like. Everybody talks about Castle of Illusion on the Mega Drive, but actually I preferred Land of Illusion on the Master System. And then you had the licensed games like Lion King was really good, and Aladdin and stuff like that. So I've got a lot of time for Disney, and then obviously I like Square and I like Final Fantasy. So it seems like a good union, I guess. So I'm gonna have a go.
Difficult games. Well, they were when I was a kid and played them. It looked like a game for kids, that kids should be able to play and stuff. But I remember, really nice to be a gamer that would, give up after maybe 20, 30 deaths, and it cops. Yeah, a few times I gave up on Kingdom Hearts, especially the second one. Okay, so also in the news we have Reddit Switch Most Wanted franchises.
So
Give us
what
a little
this
rundown
is, the R Switch board on Reddit actually did some kind of poll of the users. So that'd be quite a lot of people, I guess, if you think about how many people will be following the Switch version of Reddit. And they voted on which franchises they want to see to come to the console. So they've got a top 100, and we'll spare you most of that. But I'll go from number 20 downwards. So number 20 is F-Zero. So a bit of a no-brainer, kind of a classic. I guess that's
Not desperate for it.
Yeah, there's a similar game to it on there already. That kind of Wipeout type clone, but yeah, I think that would be a natural fit. Bayonetta is the next one.
Do you think they'll do a third one?
I definitely think they'll do a third one, considering they've just pumped out the first one onto PC. I just hope it isn't. I would like to see that on PC, PS4 rather than Switch, to be honest.
Doubt it though. It was the second one that Nintendo did didn't they do all the production or?
I don't know exactly whether it was just a money deal or I don't know. I'd really like to see that second one come to PC, but I don't know what the legal or financial implications are of that.
I'd look on Reddit when people were talking about that, and it seemed like nobody has any hope whatsoever of it coming to PC.
That's fine. As long as the second one comes to Switch, I'll be happy with that if I can have a go at it. And then the third one, hopefully, if that could just come to PC or something so everybody else can play it, that would be great. Number 18, Grand Theft Auto.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Number 17, Pikmin.
No, thanks.
So they did announce a new Pikmin game at the Nintendo Direct, but it was for 3DS and only, so don't worry about that.
Still making games for it?
Paper Mario, number 16.
No, thanks.
Number 15, Donkey Kong.
It's a blast to the past, isn't
it? Do you know the donkey rap?
No. Well,
DK.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. Do you know
that? Sing a bit more.
That's all I know for now. Mario Maker, number 14.
Yes, please.
Metroid, number 13, specifically a 2D version.
Metroidvania, I'd like.
Yes. Roguelike.
With shopkeeping elements.
Number 12, Final Fantasy.
Okay. Are there any ones that are like exclusives to Nintendo? It's like everyone's like a bit Red Dead Redemption
Metroid,
in
Mario,
there as well.
Donkey Kong, Paper Mario, Pikmin, they're all...
Is Red Dead Redemption in there as well?
We'll see. Number 12, Final Fantasy.
Star Citizen.
Number 11, Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, that'll appeal to the Switch audience.
I really don't need a Dark Souls on Switch. I'm okay. Number 10, Luigi's Mansion.
Well, I have the Luigi's Mansion for a 3DS, I think it is, and it's all right.
I'd hardly say it's a franchise.
No.
Is there just two games, one on the GameCube and one on the 3DS?
Yes, Ghostbusters.
Number 9, we've talked about this today, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, actually on Switch I can see it. But isn't that is Kingdom Hearts PlayStation? No, it won't be PlayStation exclusive because it's been on the 3DS, hasn't it?
It's been alright, it's all over the place. Overwatch, number 8.
No.
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 Okay, just no.
No.
number
I saw
7,
somebody.
Rocket League.
Wasn't there a reply from the guys at Overwatch that were saying how they'd have to work lots of things or so if they wanted to get Overwatch, because also it'd have to be like downscaled, and I don't know. But I remember the guys from Blizzard said like, "Yeah, that's not going to happen." Or probably not, they said, which a few people went, oh, that means they didn't say definitely not.
Saying there's a chance.
Yeah, there's no chance.
Number 7, Rocket League. Now that does have a chance. I
yeah.
would say as long as the console continues to sell, you'll probably see Rocket League on it at some point, I would imagine. Number 6, this is one that I would definitely want, Monster Hunter.
I don't
Have
know
you
if
played
I...
Monster Hunter?
I've played Monster Hunter, yeah.
It seems like a game that's like for nerds.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the video game podcast. Dickhead. Number 5. Now this is an absolute disgrace that this is number 5 on this list. Bear in mind, this is a top 100, right?
Yeah.
Number 5 is fucking Mario Party.
What's wrong with that?
Mario Party.
Nothing wrong with Mario Party per se, but the number 5, like 1, you're gonna get it. So don't worry about it. It's Mario Party, you're gonna get it. But to be number 5 on the top 100, oh yeah, we really want that franchise to come to the new console. Like I said, 1, you're gonna get it. 2, is Mario Party. You can fuck off. Anyway, number 4, Metro.
Oh my god, is Mario Party ever online?
I don't think so. Not yet.
No.
Oh, because
Nintendo hasn't been online yet. So
No, that's true.
Maybe on this one.
A
Yeah.
Mario Party online, we could all play together and stream together. How amazing would that be?
Not very
Long.
Oh yeah. With beer,
Number
we'd have to get really
4.
drunk. That sounds amazing. Yeah.
Number 4 is Metroid Prime.
Yes.
So first-person shooter Metroid game. I'd probably take the 2D version over Metroid Prime. I think Metroid Prime is probably done now, or something new. I don't know. I think it's a shame that Metroid is in the position that it's in right now. I think for some reason Nintendo don't seem to look after it as much as they do the Zeldas and the Marios. And I don't know why. I can only assume maybe from a sales perspective it doesn't light the world on fire. But it's such an important franchise with a really impressive history of games that I think they should definitely. They should always have something on the horizon for that, but I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Number 3, Animal Crossing. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Ever played Animal
Yeah.
Crossing, Ben?
I
You're a
have.
bit of a
I've played the
tart,
one.
you'd like that.
I like Animal Crossing. I like the one that rolls. I don't know what you mean by that, Jordan. Just because of where I eat my cream eggs from.
Number 2, Smash Brothers, boy. Yes!
And number 1,
Smash Brothers.
Beans
Star
and-
Fox.
No, number 1's Pokemon.
Oh, isn't it Pokemon RPG? Or was that?
Yes,
in...
yes. Sorry, yes, Pokemon. Which technically all. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so that would be a standard Pokemon game then, isn't it?
Ah, yeah, that's what
Hopefully-
it means. I'd love
Yeah.
one with an open world, but well, I think we've said it on like consecutive podcasts. A Pokemon with like Zelda style graphics and world. Oh.
Yeah, I'd like to see them take a bit of a leap with the Switch one. They can't just say this is a handheld game when it's, at the end of the day the Switch is supposed to be both. It's supposed to be a home console as well. So I would hope that they, it doesn't necessarily need to be top down. Give us kind of
Yeah.
control of the character in
I mean,
the full world.
Nintendo make Zelda. Nintendo make Pokemon. So can't they? Or is it that Pokemon company? Is it different? No, 'cause
No, it's still
they can
Nintendo, but I think
share and-
but my impression, because I think a lot of fans have always said, where's the Pokemon MMO and stuff like that. Well, one, like I said earlier, Nintendo haven't got an online functionality really in place yet, so they couldn't have done it if they wanted to. They could potentially do it in this generation, but I think, and I can understand it, Nintendo is probably quite hesitant to really fuck around with the Pokemon formula. They sell shitloads every single time.
But it's
What
boring.
kind of
I'm bored of it.
But people are buying it,
Yeah.
so you can't. From a business perspective, you can understand it. But at the same time, they shouldn't rest on their laurels, and they should still be looking to make good art. So
It's like wrestling.
hopefully,
People need to cancel their subscription, stop watching it, and then it'll get interesting.
I do one of those things. I don't watch it, but I do pay. So
Don't watch it.
that-
That's even worse, John.
I know.
Although, do you know, I'm quite really tempted to start watching it just for Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, he's so good.
He's. I think I might actually watch SmackDown, like just fast forward to his segment every week.
Yeah,
because he is.
they've got the
amazing.
entrances nailed for these people. I think.
Yeah. What's
Um,
oh wait, I want the sound effect, John.
Of what? Glorious.
Yeah. Okay.
I would have been better than you and been any glorious.
It was on, do you know it was only two days? It was only like 2 days ago that I realised where that was from. Like the last few
I was
weeks.
playing a random
Yeah.
glorious.
I did. I had no idea. I just went along with it. Just thought you were a little bit special.
So that Nintendo list, I think that the top. I
Where's
can't say the top
Star
5
Fox?
because Mario Party's in there. Fuck Star Fox. It's probably in the bottom 80. But
Where's Mario Kart?
Yeah.
coming out.
I've got my
It's
Mario
out this
Kart.
month.
I got my Mario Kart mug on pre-order.
This is why I think it's so stupid that they've said about Mario Party, because that's clearly going to be with us within the next 18 months, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, the top 4 is decent. Metroid, Animal Crossing, yeah, I play that. Smash Brothers, yeah, I play that. Pokemon, yeah, I play that.
Nice.
So yes, anything you think that should have been in that top 20 that isn't? Persona's number 23, by the way.
Castlevania.
Fallout is number 26. Castlevania is number 30.
You think Fallout
Yo-
would be coming if they've already announced Skyrim?
We'll see how that goes, I guess.
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yes, well, just Yoshi is number 42. The Witcher 44.
Really? As low down as that? That'd be amazing on it, but it'd probably just choke itself.
Red Dead
Mario Golf?
46. I haven't seen Mario Golf yet. Wii Sports 51. Destiny 54. Good luck with that.
Mario and Sonic at the
Uh,
Olympics.
Haven't seen it.
The MX Triple X.
Star Fox is number 60.
Oh yeah, 60. That's how little people
Yeah,
care about
that's
that. now.
another franchise they've completely dicked. South
Frogger.
Park 65.
You got Frogger.
I
Croc.
haven't seen Frogger yet. Resident Evil 70.
Crash Bandicoot would be.
Metal Gear Solid 71. Come on.
Skyrim and The Witcher on the Switch. What the fuck? How the heck is that going to work? Yeah, Skyrim is on its way to the Switch. How it'll run, we don't know. Although it's like a 7-year-old game, isn't it? Skyrim.
Yeah,
How old is
it'll,
it?
it'll run fine. It's 2011.
Okay, so six years ago. Does that make you feel old?
No. GoldenEye number 74.
GoldenEye. So who was it? I don't know if it was somebody I was either listening to in a podcast or it was on a stream that said that they played it a few weeks ago and it doesn't hold up whatsoever. But
No,
is it-
I can't imagine it would.
Like any game on the N64 is trash. Spyro number 92.
Abe's Odyssey on there.
Mario Tennis 96.
What's the
Nintendo
100?
Land 99. Nintendo Land.
What about
Nintendogs on there?
Yeah, I was about to say Nintendogs.
No.
I want.
No Nintendogs.
I bought a DS, not a 3DS. I bought a DS for Nintendogs, and I remember playing it for about half an hour and being like, "What else can I do?" And he didn't recognize my voice at all, and I got really angry because you had to make it like,
SSX was
jump.
98.
Okay,
That's it for that list. I'm bored of that list now.
that's fine.
Moving
yeah,
on.
moving on. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was leaked and then it was announced.
Oh my god!
Looks good, doesn't it? Looks like photorealistic. As the
I'm just
original
really
did.
fucking happy with Star Wars at the moment. I was saying to my friends yesterday, I was having a few drinks, and I was telling them how Star Wars keeps making me cry.
Oh, it sounds like you hang out with some cool people. Well, that's
One
all
of
right.
them's Rob, so.
Great. Where were you when
yeah.
you were saying this?
In what would you call it? A
Gay bar.
Dive bar.
no, it was a dive bar,
Drag
but
bar.
what do you call it outside? The beer garden.
Okay. Shouldn't you be talking about Chelsea and Manchester United and stuff? And
Lads.
birds.
You have met me before, Ben. We used to work with each other. You know the score when it comes to things like that.
Yeah, that's true. Ain't
I do a
ain't
video game
macho.
podcast. Yeah. Anyway, Star Wars Battlefront 2 looks nice, doesn't it?
It does look good. I'm gonna get it. I think the last one got too much hate because I really enjoyed playing
No,
it.
it got the right amount of hate.
I played a lot of
game.
it. For what it was great. I used to love playing on massive online battles, and I got pretty
For a
good
pile
at
of
it.
shit, it was great. But it was a
looked
rush
stunning.
job. It looked great, but it was you
Yeah.
couldn't do anything in that world. You couldn't alter the way that world looked.
I bought a
and I don't
Sodden
know.
season pass as well.
Clinical. The whole point of that game really for me is to be shooting people on the ground, go and run into an X-wing, see my guy kind of open it up, sit inside, and then take off, and then land again if I want to. And they just skipped all that shit out of it. You just pick up fucking tokens, and suddenly it does the Star Wars screen swipe, and suddenly you're in one. It's like, where's the fun in that? But hopefully if that's in the next one, I won't play it again. But I would hope that was just because they were rushing the game. I think.
They seem to be listening to the fans because they're including an interesting campaign.
I never wanted that, to
Do
be
you want a
honest.
campaign?
No, I wanted a good multiplayer game.
Well,
Couldn't really
when's
give a
that
shit
coming
about the
out?
campaign.
Oh, it's November 17th or something like that.
Yeah. So when I played the first one, a lot of what I said about it was that it felt like a prototype, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. And nothing about this trailer makes me think that they're not going to nail it. So yeah, absolutely fine. But if I do find when that game comes out that it's got some of the same flaws of the first one, and they weren't just because they were trying to rush the game out, I'll be upset.
Nice one. By you, Rob, are you a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, I love it. I
Does it
bought
make you cry
Battlefront.
as well?
No, it give me goose pimples, but I kept the tears back.
I
Yeah.
keep crying.
I bought the first Battlefront specifically for that X-wing VR mission, which looks brilliant.
Have you played
Um,
it?
Yes.
Because I've not. I've got a PlayStation VR, but I don't think I've got that. It's like Dirt Rally VR. No, I know you need to buy the add-on for that, but
Yeah, I think it's free. It's free, so I picked it up for like 12 quid or something like that, and yeah, it's good. It makes you feel sick.
the
But
Call of
yeah.
Duty VR one's pretty good. Have you played that?
Yeah, again, that one make me feel sick.
Got to get your VR stomach. It takes a while.
I'm normally quite good with that. I played most of Resident Evil and I was fine, but something about flying around and spinning
Yeah.
in space with no bearings makes me a bit queasy.
Were you standing up or sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
Yeah, I think if you
I'm
stood
in
up,
an
you'd end up.
X-wing. I
Yeah,
would have
that's
gone through my glass coffee table. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Yeah, I made my 62-year-old boss play the Shark Attack of VR Worlds. Like she'll always ham it up a little bit, but she was like, I've never seen her genuinely terrified as when the shark came and started biting the cage, because it was her first ever time with VR as well. And here you go, here's a shark attack. She didn't appreciate that, but we all laughed. All right, so moving on. Also, another thing, it's been a news-heavy week. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is launching on August 22nd. Is that like the day of or the day before Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that is like the day before. Shadow of War is out on the
27th, is it? Something like that?
I was thinking 27th. Oh, wait. Huh. Must. Oh, no. I'm clicking on Shadow of Mordor. That's why. I was like, wait a minute. September. It's been moved back. No. It's due out on August the 22nd North America, 25th in the EU. Cunts.
What about Britain?
Sub in the EU then. And probably permanently will be.
I'm looking forward to that.
I can't wait. That's going to be...
Not Brexit, sorry. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to... Yeah, Uncharted, also Shadow of War. Shadow of War is the game that I'm going to just stop whatever I'm playing and play a lot of. I bloody love the original.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. My brother, I've got an older brother who... He plays a lot of games. He's a bit like Jeff Gersman from the Giant Bombcast, nothing really impresses him. But he's just started playing Uncharted 4. And yeah, he is amazed by it. It's like, he doesn't get passionate really about anything, but last night he was like, oh my god, I'm playing Uncharted 4, it's fucking amazing. There's in the prison escape scene. It is such a good game. So this one, hopefully, I want this one to be really successful, because do you think if it is really successful, they might continue Uncharted with these characters?
No, I think this is essentially the DLC for the game, but they're obviously enjoying what they're doing and they're spinning it out to be a standalone product. Because this is going to have a physical release, and you don't need to own Uncharted 4 to play this.
And do you know what you get if you pre-order it? Jak and Daxter. The Jak trilogy. I think it's Jak and Daxter
on
trilogy.
On PS4.
Yeah, if you pre-order it from certain retailers, I don't think it's no, I think you just get like a shitty theme if you pre-order it on the PlayStation Store. But I'm hoping Amazon's included, because I don't mind pre-ordering from there. But getting the Jak trilogy, I'll definitely be looking into getting, because that's one of my all-time favorite games. That's another game I'd love to see a franchise return.
Didn't they give that out as a PS Plus game on Vita a couple of months ago?
I think so, but they're remaking it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, not remaking it. I think they're just releasing it with PS4 HD textures
Like
or whatever.
similar to the Crash Bandicoot version, I guess, with the.
I think Crash.
Right.
I think Crash was is a whole new remake though.
Yeah, yeah. So is that not this?
No, I think Jack's just gonna be like released on the
Uprest.
PS4. Yeah, kind of
Okay.
Uncharted style, maybe not Uncharted. Last of Us style,
Yeah.
because that wasn't
Okay.
reword. That still felt like a PS3 game.
For anybody that's not aware, the Lost Legacy doesn't have Nathan Drake. What's the name of the girl? The hot one, brunette.
Siri.
Elena.
I was thinking Elena, but so what's Drake's wife's name then? If she's Elena,
Deborah.
it's not Deborah.
Oh,
Anyway,
Trish.
it stars two women from the Uncharted franchise. One of them has been in, I think all of them, maybe not the first one, and then also the quite brutal woman that's in the fourth one who beat up Drake. So that should be interesting.
Oh yeah,
And
she was awesome.
yeah, and Naughty Dog tends to write kind of good female characters as well, so I'm looking forward to that.
Chloe Frazier. That's the name we're looking
Chloe
for.
is the fit one, yeah.
Well, we should bring back Nathan Drake. Do you think he'll make a cameo in it?
Bring back Nathan Drake.
Yeah, he's not dead. Sorry.
No,
no
he's
spoilers.
not going to be in this game. We can promise you that.
What about what's the daughter called again? Series The Witcher.
Spoilers.
Well, she was always the daughter, wasn't she?
No, the daughter only turned up at the end of the fourth game. That's the.
Oh, okay. No, you didn't hear that from me.
He's playing with
I'm getting confused with The Witcher. That's right.
What? Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on. So, next bit of news. Nintendo did a very boring Nintendo Direct thing. So I watched this. Barely any Switch news. They released some fucking amiibos for Smash Brothers. So they started talking about Smash Brothers, and I was like, here we go. It's going to be out tomorrow. Got all the DLC on Switch. Fucking get in. No, all they've done is release some amiibos. And the most annoying thing about that is they've released an amiibo that I want, and I've actually been trying to buy, which makes me feel like scum. But it's happening.
Animal Crossing.
No, it's there's two versions of Cloud, and one of them he's got his purple, he's got his purple all-in-one suit from the game. So yeah, I want that
Purple
one.
onesie.
Yeah, but like these amiibos, they're like gold dust. On Game have already stopped taking pre-orders. It's not on Amazon yet, or at least it wasn't. I'm gonna go and check now actually. But they're only like 15 quid, and I quite like to have
50?
that 15, 1.5.
Right.
But then you see some of these amiibos, and they're selling on the second-hand market like 50 quid, 100 quid, stuff like that.
So you're gonna get in there.
No, I just want. This is the only one that I want. I need it.
I've got an amazing amiibo. It's the 8-bit Mario or 16-bit Mario. I don't want it. Hey, that's cool. So yeah, direct. Also, what's Arms? I hear it's a game that's getting a lot of attention, and it's coming out in July, I think. Are you
It's
gonna?
a combat game for the Switch where you have two arms and you use the controllers to kind of punch out and hit your opponents.
Like
Not something
boxing?
yeah, like Nintendo boxing.
Ah, that's quite good.
Robot
It's
arms.
very good at like keeping you healthy. The Wii boxing game, I think it was. Yeah, you no Wii was it Wii? I don't think it was Wii
Punch.
Sports. The one that came with the Wii Fit. I think that had a boxing one, and I got a good workout from that. So I might play that. But
George, were you not excited by the addition of the feel of boobies to what are they called? What are the controllers called?
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons.
The Joy-Cons. Yeah, that they can simulate the feel of a breast now.
I did see, and but my problem is I've never felt a real one, so how would I know?
Oh, don't tell your girlfriend that. It's a bit rude.
We're not married, so.
How's your dog?
Can't... yeah, she's right. Yeah, she's good. Growing.
Still peeing all over the floor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got a puppy pad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one as well. Then the second, it's like, oh wait a minute, I can actually cock my leg and just piss anywhere I want.
No, this is a girl.
Ah, she'll squat
Yeah.
and blob everywhere. Just you wait. Anyway, so what else happened in the direct? What else did they announce? Because they were going to they announced stuff
Fuck
about
all.
Splatoon. They gave a date to, didn't they?
Yeah. everything else was like 3DS. I'm like, why are you making these stupid 3DS games?
Yeah.
They all seem quite low key games. So I suppose they do need to. They're hedging their bets. I don't think they want to cast off the 3DS quite yet. Because if Switch isn't as successful as they want it to be, they can always then say, well, Switch was never our replacement for the handheld anyway. Here's our new handheld, whatever that would be. But so for now, they'll keep the 3DS kind of going. But it was just a little bit frustrating to watch and not really get anything for the Switch, really. But there you go.
What was it advertised? They advertised it was going to be Splatoon, and what was the other one? It was advertised to be for 2 games that were coming out.
They talked about ARMS quite a lot, so I'm guessing that.
I thought it was another one. Never mind. Well, yeah, but they didn't. See, they don't really do much, do they, at E3? So will we get a pre-E3 conference or pre-E3 direct? Hopefully.
I think you'll probably get quite a decent sized E3 this year.
Got a couple of months till E3.
Give me that Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I don't think I'll get Smash Brothers.
Oh, Ben, of course you will.
I got
You
Mortal.
bought Bloodborne, Ben. You're gonna play Smash Brothers, aren't you?
Well, no, I've got Smash Brothers, and I last about 20 minutes, and at the end just go, yeah, I don't get this game.
What do you mean you last 20 minutes?
I play a few times and die every single time and go, well, I don't get it.
Told you though, I'm gonna coach you. I'm gonna make
Well,
you good. You're gonna get good.
I'm gonna get good, am I? All right. Well, if you insist.
Okay. You can be Jigglypuff.
Wouldn't be the first time. Resident Evil 8 is in the works.
Yeah, so I stumbled across this while I was just getting some of the news articles for this show, and you've got to assume that there's always a Resident Evil game in the works. But yeah, some website was saying that there's some interview with one of the creatives, and they were definitely talking about how they're happy with RE7 and how RE8 is already in the works, but might be quite a bit different, but
Yeah, I heard that.
also quite similar. So yeah, it's good. I think everyone seems fairly happy with 7.
First person perspective, please, and in VR again.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll do VR again?
I don't know. You're probably going to wait a couple of years for this game, so it'll depend on where VR is at the time.
Will we have another PlayStation VR soon?
Not soon, no.
Never know. E3.
Yeah.
PS and VR.
All those poor people that have actually bought one and they're just going to come out and go, oh, there's a new one now.
Still, you can play it with like ridiculous graphics, but still, you can still play it. Yeah, I'll probably get that. I need to get into Resident Evil 7 a bit more, but I was determined to play through the whole lot of it in VR. It's been a bit scary. I will get into it, but it'll be probably in the summer when I've got free time. Rob's done a runner, and Jordan looks like he's noshing someone off there. I don't know what he was doing. Have we got any questions? Bloody Moon said APB on console ever become semi-popular. What's APB?
I feel like I should know what APB is.
APB is an American drama series. American drama
It's not,
series.
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
All Points
APB.
Bulletin.
APB.
It's an All Points Bulletin, apparently.
I don't think that's what he's talking about, is it?
I have no idea. APB Reloaded. That's a game that came out. Oh, it's a Japanese game, a Japanese car game. It looks like free-to-play action open world. I don't think it means this one because this one looks garbage. But Jesus Christ, downloadable content for this goes to €131. There's a key to the city pack. Okay. Well, any questions? Any questions, Rob? No? Well, shall we call it a night?
Yes.
I think so. We've been going an hour and a half. We had so much news. And unfortunately, Manny died earlier in the stream. So, we called room service. Got himself a couple of hookers and just thought, nope, screw this. I'll join you guys next week. So, join us again next week. We'll be back, hopefully with, we will be with Manny, who will have the internet. Although he's having no luck whatsoever. His gardener put a spade through his internet connection. Did you hear that? So his poor internet connection will hopefully be better by then, and hopefully will be joined by his brother as well, so it'll even it out a bit. Get a few Brits and a few Yanks. I'm going to say that because that annoys them extra if you call them all Yanks.
What was his gardener using to get down to the telephone line?
I know, it seems like quite a...
An excavator.
Yeah, just imagine like going through a wire and like all the internet dropping in the guy's house. That's going to really piss people off. There's nothing worse than losing the internet connection. Okay, well, so join us again here, same place, same time next week, 9 p.m. CET, 8 p.m. British Summer Time, Eastern Time, 3 p.m. And you can probably work out where you are from that if you're anywhere else in the world. Find us on clickclickplay.com or also clickclickplay on Twitter. You can see all the little names down there. Jordan on Twitter is Jordan Reese. Rob is Rob_Butt. Is that from like the Welsh Butt or is your surname Butt?
It just says Robert.
Oh, right.
It was a clever play on words from the MySpace days that I've just hung on to.
So I won't call you Mr. Butt then. I'm on Twitter at biggestbennis1 and on Twitch at biggestbennis because I managed to get it before that other twat who stole my username from Twitter. All right. Well, it's a goodbye from me. Oh, and also, yeah, don't forget competition time. Get your biggestbennis1@gmail.com. Send in your theme tunes for the podcast. We want a good theme tune in time for our 15th episode, so that's only 2 weeks away. Get them joining.
Don't forget my competition as well. If you send me nudes to jrdnrws@gmail.com, I will also send you nudes.
I'll send mine as soon as this finishes.
Okay, so tips.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.